Top of the afternoon, y'all. What do Irish people say in the afternoon? I know it's top of the morning, but do they say anything in the afternoon? Just usually drunk by then. Oh, what's going on, guys? It's Elwood. Thank you so much for hanging out, and happy St. Patrick's Day to you, wherever you are celebrating right now. Cheers if you're still at work. That beer's for you. I'll be honest, I couldn't find any green stuff. I have a lot of Jets gear, but I didn't want to put that on because that should just make things sad. So I went with Violent Gentleman. I feel like Violent Gentleman is a good way of supporting the Irish, right? Drink a drink a drink a drink a drink a drink a fight. Yeah, Dropkick Murphys right all the way. So today on the show, I just wanted to jump on and say a happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody, and make sure you're staying safe, enjoying the green beer, the Jameson shots, the Irish car bombs. Just remember that green beer, it's still green when it comes out, so make sure you take it and keep it down. That's the way to go. Gonna have a little fun over the next 30 minutes or so, and we're going to get to know one of the new artists in rock that everybody is gravitating toward. He's got a new single climbing up the rock charts. He's got an EP that's been out for a while. He's got collaborations with everybody from Hollywood Undead to Theory of a Dead Man to Travis Barker and more. I had a chance to see him perform live and meet him briefly, but it'd be really cool to get to know him. That's what I like to do about this show. Just remember, if you guys got a comment, drop it below. We'll try to address it, get it on the screen. If you got green beers of cheers, please post some pictures up if you're hanging out. And then I have a very special leprechaun, a real life leprechaun is actually going to be joining me, which is going to be fun. So without further ado, let's welcome to the show the one and only 0936. What's up, bud?
What is going on? How you doing?
First off, cheers, man. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you. I don't drink, but I do drink water, so I'm gonna stick to my roots.
You're a good man, man. I don't know how you do it, especially we're in the business. I guess it's better to not start than start and have to quit like so many people.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought it was way easier to just never pick it up. That way I never had to, say I had to give it up. Wouldn't be too hard.
And you're Irish, kind of.
Mostly Irish, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with us on this holiday, dude. I really appreciate it, man. So 0936.
Yep.
Adrenaline, brand new single, climbing up the rock charts. That's not so new. I mean, this is one of your oldest songs that you've ever written, right?
As of the music I have out now, it is the oldest song that I have up. Yeah, it's 2.5 years old at this point.
So as an artist, is that weird to have a song that's so old, seeing it on the charts now and climbing up?
I mean, I was sick of it. I
didn't want to ask that question, so I figured I'd let you say it.
I love the song, and that's why we held on to it for so long, because I liked the song so much. I didn't feel like, neither did my management or anybody feel like we had enough traction or momentum or connection or familiarity with me to put the song out so early. So we clearly all love it that much that we held on to it for 2.5 years. But I've heard it a few times. I've heard it a couple times.
Well, if you think about that, that's 2.5 years old. How do you think bands like AC/DC and Guns N' Roses feel like coming out when GNR plays Welcome to the Jungle again?
Yeah.
You're talking 10,000 times, right? How many times they've played the song?
They've at least heard it 10,000 times, and I don't know. I think it's one of those things. I think that's why bands get sick of touring. They're like, "Yo, this song again tonight again."
But then there's been some bands that don't play that big song everybody wants, and it never goes well for fans.
Fans hate it because they've never seen it. Or maybe they've seen it once if they're lucky, or twice if they're super lucky. But yeah, I mean, it's the same thing when people ask celebrities for pictures and they're like, "That guy was a dick," and it's like, well,
all day, every day. I watched that Britney documentary. Poor Britney. I feel terrible for her.
Crazy.
All right, so it's the stupidest question you could possibly ask, and I hate doing this as an interviewer, but I feel like it's a really cool story. 0936. You were originally known as Zero, right, from the beginning. Give everybody a little bit of a background, the viewers and the listeners, of where it came from.
Yeah, and I don't mind this question. Like I've said before, just because I've answered it a million times, people haven't heard it a million times. Same thing with the.
You see, I'm a professional. You see how I rolled that in?
Trying to get me going here in circles. When I was a kid, the the music that my dad would listen to was just heavier stuff, rock, a lot of Slipknot, a lot of Stone Sour, a lot of Shinedown, Stone Temple Pilots, obviously not super heavy, but he would listen to them a lot. I just remember on the weekends going to his apartment, I would just watch the Spit It Out music video 300 times. And then it was like, all right, we gotta listen to something else. And then it was, Before I Forget was in like Guitar Hero and stuff. And I was like, I know this one, we can listen to this over and over again. And so I was just like, yo, I'm probably going to be in Slipknot when I'm older. Like, I'm just guessing. I'm just taking a guess here that I'll be in Slipknot. And he was like, well, they're all numbered. You're going to have to pick a number if you want to be in the band. I was like, oh, that's easy. 0 is the coolest number, which probably isn't true. They also already have Sid, which I didn't know because I was just a poser when I was a kid. I was just, and he was like, all right, that's what it is then. So that's where I got the nickname from. So when I started making my own music, I was like, I'm just going to go as that. And obviously Sid's like number sign 0. You know what I mean? It's not like a spelled out thing. But there is another rapper that has Z-RO, and I get shit for it every day still, even though there's a whole nother numerical system I added onto my name. No one cares. So we were I was going by that for a while, and the search engine optimization on that is very lackluster. I'm going to be honest with you. You get a lot of nothing about me.
Yeah, it'd be impossible if everyone just typed in 0.
Yeah.
You're going to get a million links.
Yeah, so it didn't really. So then when we started thinking like what could be the thing to add on to it, and we were going through a bunch of other stuff, and then I ended up thinking about like a lot of the artists I like, Quinn 92, which is like XCII, or like Charlie XCX. All that Roman numeral stuff is really cool to me. So I was like, let's do a Roman numeral. Bro, I wrote 97 out as a Roman numeral is horrible. It's like 7 digits. Like no one's gonna call me that ever or care enough. So I was like, okay, what about the time I was born would be cool, and it would have a colon in it, which is like not normal. So I asked my mom what time I was born, and she said 9:36. And I was like, I don't know what it meant to me, but I was like 9, 3, and 6 are always on the clocks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like on Rolexes or like wall clocks, it's always like they have those 3 numbers. They might not always have a 12, but they'll always have a 9, 3, and 6 if there's, So I was like, that's kind of cool. And it's all divisible by 3. I have nothing to do with that, but it sounds like it makes sense in my head. It's like, okay, it's all divisible by 3. It's not like an odd number. It seems like it makes sense. And then when I changed it, because I was like, that's cool as fuck. I started to realize that I had to spell the first half of my name and then tell everybody that the second half of my name is a timestamp, which is difficult. But I feel like 21 Pilots and people like that have that problem too, where they're like, oh no, it is spelled here and it's not spelled there. And Blink 182, I don't know. I
like that you read so deep into it that you really were convincing yourself this is the perfect idea. This is what I have.
I was like, because when she said it, I was like, that makes sense. That would be the time I was born for sure. I'll definitely use that. I don't know.
So to anybody aspiring to do interviews, I will tell you this right now. Never ask an artist, so what does your name mean? And what does your album mean? What does this mean? Do not do what I just did. But at the time, I knew it was a cool story. It started with Slipknot. It ended with Birth, where we can use fractions and it's all working out. So we can move forward there. Good to go.
Yeah.
But it's way easier to find now. So I got to ask you this, man. You've been in a record studio since you were 10 years old. You actually got some kid stuff. You moved on. And I think you are such a great inspiration to what is going on in music right now.
Thank you.
Because you're not a rapper. You're not a rock guy. You're not just a musician. You're not just a producer. You're not just a collaborator. You're all of it. So when you get put underneath a bubble, under all of these different music genres, you've collaborated with Hollywood Undead. You're on the new Theory of a Dead Man track, Strangers. So you're actually on 2 songs on the rock charts right now, which nobody can really say they are right now.
Yeah.
You've teamed up So if somebody says to you, do you simply say, I'm a musician? And how did you interpret as a mindset, I'm a rapper, but now I'm on the rock charts? Was that something different for you?
I mean, rapping was what I first did for most of my life because I've said this before. My brother got a Meek Mill mixtape. He bought it off of him, and he was like, "Yo, I bought this mixtape off this dude." And then I just remember like looking up his views and stuff, and I was like, "Damn, this dude's killing it." I was like, "Well, if you bought this off of him, I could do this." You know what I mean? Someone could buy my CD off me if this guy's doing it. So then, and I remember just being like, yo, I don't even know how to record a band. That's impossible. So I would just like take YouTube beats and me and my boy Brendan would rake lawns, and we bought like a headset, like a little, like a talk back headset from Best Buy for like $34. And, we were recording just rap songs on that on Sony Acid, for so long. And then when I met my current producer, No Love for the Middle Child, we started putting a lot of guitars into it. When I got with my new management, they were like, yo, your favorite band is Slipknot. You've been to 12 Hollywood Undead concerts as a kid. You've never been to a rap concert. You love rap music. Meek Mill and Lil Wayne are your favorite artists as well. They're like, you should just do that, but make it a full production. It'll be more interesting. And I was like, damn, I've never thought of that. I don't know why it took, because we were using live drums, like fake live drums in our stuff, which everyone does now anyway. None of it, everything's computerized now. But so it's weird because it's definitely rock production. I'm definitely rapping. I'm definitely using a lot of rap elements. I don't really know. When people ask me what kind of music I make, I'm like, dude, yeah,
music.
It's electronic rap, hard rock, metal, it's trap. It's like people, and then I'm like, you're just gonna have to listen. I don't know, but I mean, I don't know where else it can't fit on rap radio because they're not going to play anything this heavy. It's metal guitars, and then rock radio tends to not play rap stuff, or just like I guess most people in rock music don't rap. That's more what it is. Because they play Papa Roach and he does a lot of rapping stuff. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Yeah, it's very hard, very difficult.
I had this conversation a few weeks ago with somebody, and I'm a metalcore guy. Mm-hmm. I like heavy breakdowns and heavy beats, and that's what I really like about metal. Mm-hmm. And I brought this conversation up because you go to a metal festival. Who's always at every metal festival? Wu-Tang's always there. Cypress Hill is always there. Snoop Dogg's always there. Yeah. And it's funny because you're like, why would Wu-Tang be on every? They're on punk festivals, they're on rock festivals, they're on metal festivals. Wu-Tang is everywhere.
Same with Cypress Hill. That's a great one, yeah.
And at the same time, to me, the music all comes down to the beat. And when rock guys really like a rock song, it's a headbanger, right? It's that slow beat. It's waiting for the big breakdown. And when you take rap songs and strip them down, what is Wu-Tang? Wu-Tang is a heavy beat, with breakdowns, just without any guitars. Yeah. So when at the base of all of it, it's that same rhythm. It's that rhythm from R&B and rap that grew into metal and rock, and that's why I think it all works together so well.
You might be onto something. You might be. You might be.
I am as dumb as I look, but I do know.
You do know something about metal and rap.
Just put it all together. So I got to ask you this. We've been stuck in a pandemic for a year. When you do go out on the road, who do you see yourself teaming up with? You signed a major label deal to Atlantic. Now you got the EP that's been out for a while. If you haven't listened to it yet, if you don't save yourself, pick that one up. Who do you go on the road with? Who do you collaborate with? Is it Hollywood Undead? Is it Papa Roach?
I would love for it to be both of those dudes. Or both of those bands, rather. Jacoby's a good friend of mine. Johnny Three Tears and Charlie Scene are great friends of mine. I would be honored to go out with both of them. I think I'll be aiming for that. But it's so up in the air right now. Everybody's going to be trying to tour. Everybody's going to be taking all of the venues. So I mean, I would love to go with either of them. Like I said, I'm good friends with to go with either of them. I'm eyeing them both up. So
Slipknot? You want to open for Slipknot?
Yeah, Corey raps too. I think his
I
fans
know.
are receptive.
CMFT. So, funny story. We just introduced today. My radio station is presenting Corey Taylor live at a very, very intimate show. Very intimate.
Oh yeah.
It's the Socially Distanced tour. So
I saw the flyer today.
Yeah, you're getting Corey Taylor in clubs with capacities that you will never again. You will never, ever, ever see Corey Taylor in a club with 100 people there. It's just not going to happen.
Never.
And it's cool that Corey's doing that and bringing along his wife. But you're right. He not only raps on CMFT, he raps on a country song.
And he raps, even take away that, like Spit It Out. He was rapping on that song. And he's rapping. There's no denying what he's doing on that song. And even Duality.
Yep.
That's a rap. Like, regardless of what anybody wants to say, he's rapping. And on Iowa, where there's like on People Equal Shit, I think, yeah. There's the like that's electronic. Whether that's made on a guitar, whether that's Sid on a synth. Like, I don't know if it's James or Sid or Jim Root, but it's electronic. So maybe I would obviously love to. I would love to be perceived well by them. I know those shows are a little nuts, but I would love to. I definitely would.
I think it's funny because when we get requests for your single, by the way, 0936 single Adrenaline, climbing up the rock charts right now. I always get people when they call the station or when they message me, it's always, hey man, what's that song with that little rap part you've been playing in the middle? Like but it's funny to me that that's how people identify it. It's not by the powerful chorus. It's not by the intro. Because to me, it's the intro of the song that grabs me immediately when the lyrics kick in. But it's funny to the common listener. It's like, what's that song you're playing with the little metal, with a little rap in it, And I think that's funny that's how people gravitate towards it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's fine with me. I like that. I know it's weird to cross over with that kind of thing, and I want to thank you guys for taking the chance on it because it's different, and the fact that people are identifying it by that is super cool.
It's time to make rock radio dangerous again. I feel like lately a lot of generic rock is put out and climbs to the top. Very generic, very straightforward. Rock has always been dangerous. And in my personality as a programmer, let's keep it. Let's make it dangerous again. We need artists like you. We need artists that think outside the box and hear a song and make someone go, shit, what was that? I've never heard anything like that before. And I think with these crossovers, it's what we need. Make rock radio dangerous again.
I mean, Grandson even does a lot of the super crossover, a lot of rap, a lot of electronic, super heavy stuff. There's a lot of good, and even Papa Roach is pretty known to get,
Oh yeah, they got those remixes out. They got TikTokers and Ronnie Radke and Aaron Butler. Fever's doing one. Grandson redid Last Resort. Did they ask you to do one? Did you do a Last Resort remix?
We did. I did not do Last Resort, is all I'll say.
Oh, come on. You got info and you're not saying anything?
I did not do Last Resort, is what I will say.
Okay, what song did you do?
I'm not sure. I forget the name of it, but
sure.
Hopefully it'll come out.
Coming from the guy who doesn't drink, he forgets. Bullshit. I call bullshit on it.
Let me get back to you. Let me look at my catalog.
Yeah, sure. I'll check the internet. We'll see what we got. All right. Since you are kind of Irish and it is St. Patrick's Day, 0936, and I would like to bring on, I'm going to do some magic now. Oh, St. Patrick's Day gods, give me a leprechaun.
Hey! Unbelievable.
Did you find any gold at the end of the rainbow?
I did, yeah.
How'd it go?
Yeah,
Is
good.
it in your walk-in closet? That's good, right?
That's right. Yep.
All right, so I'm bringing out my favorite leprechaun for St. Patrick's Day to bring luck. And I thought, two Irishmen, why not have a little fun and play a little St. Patrick's Day trivia? So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 questions, okay? Or 5, actually.
I don't think it's going to go so well for me.
All right. Now, no Google, no bullshit. Put your phone down. We're not.
Hands
We're not.
up. Hands up. Hands
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I want to know where your hands are at all times, no matter what, when we're doing these streams. All right.
Put your hands in the frame.
Some teachers have been getting in trouble and leaving their Zoom on. That's why I make sure it's always off. All right. First off, we'll start easy. St. Patrick, was he even Irish?
Yes.
No.
Dan?
No.
If he was not Irish, what was he?
Scottish.
That's like the ultimate slap in the face, isn't it? Irish.
Yeah,
and
I'm
Irish?
like 7. That's what I am. I was hoping. I'm like Scottish and Irish, so I was hoping I would get it right. You know I'm not cheating. This is horrible. All right.
Dan,
He was,
St. Patrick.
British.
Are you Googling it? You just Google that
No,
shit? I saw
no,
it on
no,
the computer.
He was British. He was British. And he was
Yes.
he was a slave. The Irish kidnapped him and brought him back to Ireland.
Wow, you really are Irish, Leprechaun. That's good. Yes. St. Patrick was from Britain, and he was kidnapped, brought to Ireland as a slave, eventually escaped and went back to Britain, and then came back as a missionary. Well, I'll give myself a drink on that one.
I believe it, but I'm not buying it.
Hey, History Channel don't lie, all right? I did my research. Number 2, we all know the tale of St. Patrick banishing all of the snakes from Ireland from on top of the hill. True or false?
Go ahead.
Well, it's I guess it's false. Snakes. It's an analogy for the sinners, the pagans in Ireland. That he was getting rid of all the sinners in Ireland.
Yes, that is true because snakes did not even exist in Ireland at the time.
I'll be honest. I'm 0 for 2 right now because my answer would have been true. So,
hey, even the leprechaun's drinking and he's getting them. Look at that.
This is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
What an embarrassment.
Maybe you should start at this point.
My ancestors are upset right now.
All right, no way the leprechaun's going to get this one. All right, you ready? I wore a fancy jacket for this one. Where was the first St. Patrick's Day parade held?
I'm gonna go New Zealand. If he wouldn't get it.
All right, so it was March 17th in 1601 in a Spanish colony, which is now known as St. Augustine, Florida.
I was gonna say Florida. I swear to God. Oh,
you guys should have known this. Drunk people acting like idiots, walking down the street, Florida. It's always Florida.
I was gonna say Florida because it was the worst answer. That's so crazy. And I went with a worse answer.
Yeah.
Jesus.
All right, as we all get ready for our St. Patrick's Day dinner, which meal is directly associated to actual Ireland on St. Patrick's Day?
What meal?
Yep.
People have St. Patrick's meals. I'm gonna go. It's not Irish potatoes, so I'm not gonna.
Are you trying to hit? You're trying to see if I push? No, it's not Irish potatoes.
No, it's not.
Come on, man. It's. Oh, he doesn't drink. It's on special on every bar today.
So what's the question again? A meal and
what meal is directly associated with St. Patrick's Day? The original meal.
I don't know. It's not corned beef and cabbage. That's it.
Yeah, I was going to say corned beef and cabbage.
It was actually ham and cabbage, but when the Irish came to America, ham was too expensive. So they waited for the corned beef to come off the boat, and they boiled it like 5 times to get it down because they were so poor they couldn't afford the ham.
Makes sense because it tastes like shit. I hate corned beef. So that makes sense to me.
You got to put it. I had some the other day, man. You got to put it in a crock pot with potatoes and all kinds of shit. Leave it in there for like 6 hours, and then you'll be good to go.
Salty.
I'm smoking one right now.
You're smoking one?
Yeah, I've never done it before. I'm smoking a corned beef.
Damn,
Maybe
how
the
high does that get you? Does that get you like real high?
We'll see.
Man, kids these days, they do some weird shit. But yeah, so not only did we learn about Zero, but we got a nice little history lesson in there as well.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not in school. That'd have been awful. Terrible.
Come on, Irishman.
Well,
All
now
right.
I know. So if anybody ever's like, you're not really Irish, where's the first St. Patrick's Day? I'd be like, St. Augustine, bro.
Now you know.
Come on.
Fucking Florida. It's always in
something.
fucking Florida.
I knew that was the worst answer, too. I'm disappointed.
So,
Trust
Zero,
your gut.
what happens moving forward now? I know we're waiting on tour dates. What do you got up your sleeves? You're going to continue to push the EP? Are we going to get a full new record? What's on the agenda?
I put out the acoustic version of Adrenaline today.
That dropped today?
Yeah, yesterday rather. Seems to be getting a good response. I tried making it a little different because there's no point listening to an acoustic if I just took the original vocals. I changed up some of the melodies a little bit. And thank you, Steve. And that dropped yesterday. I don't exactly know what we have planned for the future. I have a few collaborations coming out.
Which you probably can't tell us.
I think I gave one away a little earlier. Just writing stuff. Just kind of, I want to get the third EP done so it's able to be toured when it happens. But then I'm going to kind of be upset that I don't get to tour this full EP because I really, really, really like it. I'm very proud of it. But I don't know. I guess time will see, and then I guess we'll see where everybody's at with the with how traveling is allowed, and if I'm allowed to safely travel to LA and back and make some records for a few weeks at a time, and but I have a couple that I would like to release soon. It'll be another. We'll definitely be doing a third EP. I don't know. It's kind of hard with the time. Normally the whole year's planned out, but everybody's like, yo, we don't really know what the whole rest of the year is going to hold.
To me, it's kind of like watching Netflix when you throw a bunch of shit in queue. Like
Yeah.
a lot of bands have a bunch of tour dates in queue, and they're kind of like, when I can get to it, we'll click on that and open it up.
And I'm sure a lot of bands are holding out for when international touring is open again. You know what I mean? Like instead of putting out like the North American tour, they kind of are waiting for so that they can do the whole thing. You know what I mean?
And what do you think touring wise? You're going to do a full band?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a live set coming out soon with full band live set. We crushed it. I think it looks awesome. So that'll be out soon. I should be putting the info up for that within a couple of days.
All right, let's hit up that website, man. You got merch, you got tons of music videos, you got collaboration videos on it. Tell everybody if they want to learn more about 0936. Check out the videos, check out the old EPs, and buy your merch now. Where do they go?
You can follow me on Instagram at Zero, at ZERO, and on Twitter, it's at 0936. And 0936.com will find all your stuff. But I'm more active on my Instagram. I let people know what's going on over there. So yeah, a couple things in the works, but it's like, everything's up in the air. So hopefully in a couple months, everything will be more solidified and we'll have more answers.
Unbelievable stuff, man. And honestly, check out all the collaborations and congratulations. You're on two tracks, top 20 on the rock charts. I mean, during a pandemic, without touring, coming out as a new artist on rock, you got to pat yourself on the back and really just take advantage of all of it right now, because I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's people like you that give the record a chance. So, I can't say how much I appreciate, anybody in your position that's allowing me to move up the charts, and that's all I could really ask for. And then hopefully when I'm in Chicago, we'll hang. I won't be drinking, but you will, I assume. And,
designated driver, just bring me home.
Sounds good to me. So yeah, that's it for now.
All right, well, check him out. 0936.com is official. Hit him up on the Instagram. Follow him at Zero. It's plain and simple. And on Twitter at 0936. Continue to request the song. Tell everybody. Spread the love. Adrenaline. Check out the acoustic version. I'll get that shared up on all of our socials at QRock107 and on mine as well at Elwood at QRock 100.7. Now that we spit out 9 million websites and social medias, you can go get all of them, and then we'll all be good. All right, man. That's 0936. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Have a great St. Patrick's Day. We can't wait to see you in person. Keep rock radio dangerous, and I appreciate everything you're doing, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
All right, have a good one. Leprechaun, come on back for me.
I wanted to stay to say goodbye. I really enjoyed your attire.
We're still live, so everyone else is saying goodbye.
Well, goodbye. And I'll see you guys.
Stay violent, gentlemen. Stay violent, gentlemen. Have a good day, guys.